40 years ago today, we watched a rocket take off and a moon man plant an MTV flag just before the Buggles warned us that video would ultimately kill the radio star. Since then, television as a whole has not been the same. MTV was truly an insane concept for a channel, one that no one thought would work and ultimately set the precedent for anarchistic channels to follow, and was an undeniable influence on Geekscape as a whole. Since today marks Geekscape's YouTube channel kickoff for its new format, let's look back at the first day of MTV. MTV made music videos mainstream. There wasn't a lot to pull from for that first day, so much of the content was concert footage and promo videos with the artist lip-syncing in front of a backdrop. This is AJ of Geekscape, and I, along with Geekscape head of content Matt Kelly, watched all 116 videos that aired August 1st, 1981 to find the 10 strangest videos aired on MTV's first day. Number 10, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. So, you've been a band for over a decade, and you're going through a divorce or a breakup with one of your bandmates, and in that stressful, awful time, you managed to release your biggest album ever and win the Grammy for Album of the Year. So of course you'd follow that album up by pulling a full Brian Wilson, recording a bunch of stuff in your house before letting your bandmates hear it, and bringing in the USC Trojan Marching Band to do horns on a few songs. Now you gotta make a music video to promote the ambitious double album you've just released. While working on the video and documenting it, you decide to yourself, you know what? We can just use the making of footage as the music video. It all makes total sense, right? It certainly did to Lindsey Buckingham. The more confusing thing is, in a day filled with live performances, why did MTV decide to air this video instead of literally any live video from their previous smash hits? We may never know. MTV must have known this was a weird choice, as the video was only played once during the 24 hours of programming compared to the 5 times Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight got aired. Number 9. The Silencers. Peter Gunn, Remote Control, Illegal. Okay, try to keep up with this because it's a little weird. In 1979, Frank Serzi formed the Pittsburgh rock band The Silencers. To promote their debut album, they made a 4-minute-long video blending their cover of the Peter Gunn theme with their original songs Remote Control and Illegal. The 40th video MTV aired was the Remote Control Illegal half, and then at the end of the day, only aired the Peter Gunn Remote Control portion. The video had one big leg up on 98% of the videos aired that day. It had a plot. The video begins with a secret agent walking around before quickly turning into a less meaningful Devo video filled with men playing poker with credit cards, a boardroom meeting where everyone's wearing futuristic eye shades, and a mad scientist controlling a yuppie barbecue that's only broken up by the rebellious sounds of The Silencers' Illegal. Number 8, Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. Kate Bush's debut single, Wuthering Heights, made sure to establish herself as one of the weirdest musicians in art rock. Written when she was 18, the song is from the perspective of Kathy in Wuthering Heights, pleading to be allowed in. Additionally, the character is a ghost, if you haven't read the book. Additionally, the weird falsetto vocals were recorded in one take. The song was a hit in 1977, so of course a video was made to promote it. The video that was shot was 4 minutes of Kate Bush in a red dress doing interpretive dancing in a field. They shot a second video in the UK. It was filmed in a dark room with a white mist, and at the time it was considered a milestone for the art form of music video making. But MTV went with the girl dancing in the field video instead. As weird as it may be, Wuthering Heights has become a cultural legacy, including the 2016 flash mob event, The Most Wuthering Heights Day Ever, in which fans gather in locations around the world to recreate the red dress video. Number 7, Jay Giles' band, Love Stinks. Love Stinks starts with a very robotic drummer and builds to a man on a pogo stick playing 2 trumpets. And that's just the first 15 seconds. The rest of the video features close-up shots of people saying, "Love stinks," a bride and groom wearing gas masks, and Jay Giles getting an extremely painful tattoo. Interspersed throughout the video is random footage of tomatoes being sliced and an old man making uncomfortable kissing faces. The true WTF moment of the video is when someone wakes up next to a dead fish in their bed just before the words come on the screen with bouncing hearts helping you sing along. It's a truly baffling video of people throwing whatever they could think of at the wall, and it's honestly a delight. Number 6, Robert Palmer, a tie for Looking for Clues and Johnny and Mary. Robert Palmer is an artist who truly benefited from music videos. He had modest success in the 70s and early 80s, most notably with Bad Case of Loving You. It's undeniable that he hit his peak in 1986 through 1988, thanks in part to his stylish music videos for Addicted to Love and Simply Irresistible. But those were not the first music videos Robert Palmer made. In 1980, he made 2 music videos, and it's a real tough call on what the weirder one is. Johnny and Mary, on one hand, has a mime playing Johnny and an interpretive dancing ballerina playing Mary. It's quite a literal interpretation of the song's lyrics, but if you're really into literal interpretations of songs, look no further than the other Robert Palmer video, Looking for Clues. From the opening shot of Robert Palmer dancing on giant children's blocks spelling out the word clues and walking around on a green screen set of giant telephones and stacks of money, this music video tries to capture every single lyric in its most literal interpretation until the dancing skeleton comes into play. It's all a very strange video, but I also want to call attention to the Tom Hanks film Big for ripping off their most iconic sequence from this music video. Number 5, The Buggles, Living in the Plastic Age. So we all know that the first music video played on MTV was The Buggles, but few talk about the fact that the first day was basically bookended by The Buggles as well. While Video Killed the Radio Star is a charming low-budget music video, it's Living in the Plastic Age that's so much more bizarre. It's only when you spent a full day watching 116 music videos that you realize how ahead of their time the Buggles sound was and how much of their video style helped define early MTV. Living in the Plastic Age is definitely inspired by Devo's trippy videos from the 70s, but Devo didn't feature 2 women on leashes with their skin completely blacked out, so take that however you need. Living in the Plastic Age is a more ambitious video for the band, but it loses a lot of its charm in being ambitious. Number 4, Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. 98% of the videos that played on the first day of MTV, no one thinks about anymore. This is mainly because once the music industry caught on to what music videos were, they started making better videos, and there was no longer a reason to lean on old live performances and promo videos for obscure bands. One of the biggest exceptions to that rule is the Talking Heads' Once in a Lifetime. While the video only played once during the first 24 hours of MTV, I'm confident that of the 116 videos, it's the one that got played the most on the channel through its 40-year run. It's also the best video of the batch, but that doesn't make it any less strange. After all these years, the video is a culturally important thing, but when you watch the other videos it was running up against, it definitely is one of the strangest videos played on August 1st, 1981. It's mostly a one-man show of David Byrne dancing, sweating uncontrollably, and randomly placing his forehead on the ground for some reason. Unlike many of the other music videos aired that day, it's one of the few videos that really captures the energy of the song. If this was a list of the best videos aired that day, it'd be number 1 for sure. Number 3, Blotto, I Want to Be a Lifeguard. If you thought that Weird Al was the first Dr. Demento alumni to get played on MTV, then allow us to introduce you to Blotto. The band started a comedy jug band before moving their sound towards new wave music. There's not a ton to be known about the band. Being one of the first videos ever played on MTV is pretty much where their legacy begins and ends. But the video is truly a delightfully weird 80s video. The surf song about quitting your job at the mall to be a lifeguard is filled with weird footage inside a mall that feels like Alison Brie directed it along with the glow opening credits sequence. It only gets stranger when the video actually goes to the beach with the least intimidating shark fin ever. It's a truly delightfully weird video for a shockingly catchy song. Number 2, Hilly Michaels, Calling All Girls. Hilly Michaels was a studio drummer who had dreams of being a frontman. In 1980, he was able to realize that dream with his album Calling All Girls, and to celebrate this, he made a music video for the title track. The animated video is equal parts Terry Gilliam, and You Can't Do That on Television's opening credits. Similar to Talking Heads, it's a video that absolutely set the tone for what early MTV videos would look like. But while David Byrne's video felt effortless, Calling All Girls is one of the most try-hard videos ever made. Terry Gilliam's sequences for Monty Python worked because they had the decency to not be 3 minutes long. When watching Calling All Girls, you can't help but wish that Hilly Michaels had the same decency for his audience. Now, before we get to the number 1 strangest video, a quick honorable mention for every Rod Stewart video aired on MTV. Now, in the 24 hours of programming, Rod Stewart appeared 16 times with videos for 11 of his songs. Each video is a bizarre experience, only getting weirder and weirder by the sheer volume of videos. Why did Rod Stewart make so many of these before something like MTV even existed? It makes no sense. You can't even argue he had a career revival thanks to the advent of music videos. There was never a point in the 80s where he came close to the popularity he had in the 1970s, but we watched 16 times Rod Stewart. And now, number 1, PhD, Little Susie's on the Up, and I Won't Let You Down. We're being generous by even mentioning I Won't Let You Down. It's a weird video for sure, but it's basically just a slapstick video of the 3 members of PhD trying to pick up girls on the street by activating Looney Tunes Acme devices. The truly bizarre video is Little Susie's on the Up. It was the 5th video aired on the channel, and it aired 3 times in 24 hours. It's amazing this channel lasted 40 years as opposed to 40 minutes, because this is 3 minutes of insanity backed by an extremely loud and ridiculously mediocre song. It follows 2 kids wanting to be the next Fred and Ginger, but also keeps showing moments of lead singer Jim Diamond working in a butcher shop. There's also a strange theme about pickled eggs. We've tried to understand this video and this song, and while it's a strange video, the biggest strike against it, it's just not a good song.